What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Altknots. Welcome to another day here in the Yarn Dungeon, where I'm all about showing the world that crochet is killer. This cardigan has to be, hands down, my favorite cardigan so far of the spooky season. 2021 spooky season, definitely my favorite cardigan because of the fact that it's just like Halloween in your face colors. Like, I absolutely love it. So this colorway was designed and thought up of by Macy of Mace of Skeins. And if you have not checked out her amazing yarn shop, it's down below. Check it out. Seriously, you are welcome. There are so many amazing things right now, and if you're watching this right this second, she also has her fall and Halloween collection out at this moment, so there is amazing things to go ahead and look into that is just like Halloween galore. You're gonna love it. So since I designed this pattern to be super beginner friendly, and if you have never ever made a wearable in crochet form yet and you're kind of wanting to wander into it, this is the pattern for you, because the entirety of this pattern, basically the front panel, the back panel, the sleeves here, we use one stitch. We use a half double crochet, a lot of repetition, so you're gonna be able to fly through the project really quickly. Then when we get to the ribbing here, if you know how to do a single crochet, you're already there. Like, we're already almost done with this entire project then. This cardigan is 100% customizable, so it goes entirely by your exact measurements, not by stitch count. So in order to get all of the measurements that we need here, go ahead and grab a tape measure, definitely grab some caffeine. Let's start taking these measurements and dive into this cardigan.
So here is a list of all the materials that you're going to need for this project, as well as all the measurements. So feel free to go ahead and stop this slide so you can write down every measurement in order to get started on this project. If you did want an actual written version here, there is a PDF that is available. You can go ahead and click on the link down below. It'll take you to that, and you can print it off here on this like nice rustic paper. Otherwise, let's just go ahead and get right into this. So starting with the color A, or Monster Mash here, we're gonna grab our 6mm crochet hook, attach the yarn onto our hook, and we're gonna start by working the back panel first. For the back panel, we're gonna start to chain chains for our foundation chain here until we have the width that we measured for our back panel. Once you have the width that you measured, we're gonna go ahead and work in the third chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, we're gonna work a half double crochet right into that third chain. And continue to do that all the way across your foundation chain, placing 1 half double crochet in each stitch. For row number 2, go ahead and chain 2 and turn your project. Then in this first stitch, we're going to place 1 half double crochet and continue to do that all the way across in each stitch, placing 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way across in order to finish row number 2. For row number 3, you're going to continue to repeat row number 2. So chain 2 and turn your project, then place a half double crochet in each stitch all the way across. You're going to continue to repeat row number 2 until you have the length that you measured for the back panel. So once you're done with your back panel, it should look a little something like this. This is just another color of yarn that I'm using to make another version of this cardigan here. So it should just look like this beautiful half double crochet. Once you reach the end, go ahead and cut off your working yarn, if I can find that. Cut off your working yarn and then weave in this end. Next, we're gonna move on to the sleeves, and for this, we're gonna be working in the round. So go ahead and attach that yarn back onto your hook. Then using the width that you measured for the sleeves, we're just going to chain as many chains as we need in order to reach that width. Once you've reached that measurement, because we're going to be doing this in the round, it's really important to make sure that you don't have this all twisted up. Go ahead and run your fingers along the chains here just to make sure they're not twisted up.
Then fold it over and we're going to do a slip stitch in this very first stitch here. Now we have the circle formed for our sleeve. Since we are working in the round, we're going to need to grab a stitch marker here so we can keep track of where our starting point is. Next, go ahead and chain 2. And then in the stitch right underneath the ones that we just did a chain 2, we're going to do 1 half double crochet. Grab your stitch marker and place it right in that stitch that you just created, and continue to do 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way around until you get back to that stitch marker. Once you've made it all the way around, go ahead and remove your stitch marker, and we're going to move on to row number 2. So we're going to place a half double crochet right in that stitch that we just took our stitch marker off of. Then replace our stitch marker and continue to do 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way around for row number 2. For row number 3, we're going to repeat everything we did in row number 2. So remove your stitch marker, place 1 half double crochet in that first stitch, replace your stitch marker, then continue to do half double crochet in each stitch all the way around. You're going to continue to repeat row number 2 until you have the length measured for your sleeve. Once you have one sleeve done, go ahead and repeat that whole process to complete the other sleeve. Moving on, we're going to make 2 front panels. So working with the first one, using color A once again, attach that back onto your crochet hook. Then using the width that you measured for the front panel, go ahead and start to chain chains until you've reached that width. Once you've reached that measurement, go ahead and work in that third chain from the hook once again. So 1, 2, 3, and place 1 half double crochet inside that stitch. Continue to place 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way across. For row number 2, chain 2 and turn your project. Then place 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way across. Row number 3, we're going to repeat everything we did for row number 2. So chain 2, turn your project, 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way across, and you're going to continue to repeat row number 2 until you have the length measured for your front panel. For both pockets, we're going to switch over to Shadow Cat or color B here, but just for showing purposes, you can see this a lot better than Shadow Cat, so I'm going to continue to use color A or Monster Mash. Attach the yarn back onto your hook and chain 20. Working in the back bumps here, we're gonna take our strand and flip it to the back. And right here is the back bump, so that's where we're gonna insert our hook. Right underneath that strand of yarn, yarn over, pull through, and finish up a single crochet. So in each back bump here, we're gonna do one single crochet all the way across. Row number 2, chain 1 and turn your project. Then place one single crochet in each stitch all the way across. For row number 3 through 20, repeat everything we did for row number 2. So chain 1, turn your project, place one single crochet in each stitch all the way across, and then you'll have a completed pocket. Once you reach row number 20, cut your working yarn and weave both ends in. Next, we're going to start to assemble the entire cardigan here. So lay out your back panel flat here first. Next, grab your front 2 panels and lay it on top of the back panel. This is what it should look like here now with the back panel and the front 2 panels on top of that. We're gonna start to work at the top here of the cardigan, and using a mattress stitch, we're gonna seam these 2 together. So if you're not familiar or super familiar with the mattress stitch, I do have a video up here. You can go ahead and check that out, and it's a lot more in depth of how the mattress stitch works and a little more slow-mo. Go ahead and check that out, and then you can come on back. Otherwise, grab a yarn needle, a little bit of your color A or Monster Mash, and we're gonna start to seam the top of the cardigan here together. Once the top is all seamed together, we're gonna attach the sleeves here, working from the top on down. So there is 2 sides of it here. We're gonna start at the top on the front part of the cardigan and the front part of the sleeve, work all the way down to here. Then we're gonna flip it on the back and start seaming on the back there as well. Once we've got both of these sides attached to the front of the cardigan, the front and the back of the cardigan, then we're gonna continue to finish up seaming the sides of the cardigan together. So we're gonna do that for both sides of the sleeves to the cardigan. For attaching the pockets onto the front panel, all you're gonna do is use a little bit of that color A, so Monster Mash, cut a little strand, attach it onto your yarn needle here. And since it's a pocket, we're gonna be doing just the 3 sides. So starting at the right-hand corner, we're gonna attach this yarn needle onto the pocket. Then attach this end to the top of the pocket. I like to adjust my pocket about 3 to 4 rows from the bottom portion of my cardigan. So I'm setting it there, kind of adjust it exactly how you want it. Then simply start to use this yarn needle and weave it onto the front pocket. Once your cardigan is all assembled together, now we're gonna start to work on the ribbing. So you're gonna need to use Shadow Cat or Color B here, but once again, I'm gonna continue to use the Monster Mash or Color A just because it's easier to see. So attach the yarn onto your hook, and we're gonna start by working at the bottom portion of the cardigan. So finding that first stitch, insert your hook, and do a slip stitch to attach your yarn onto the bottom portion of the cardigan. Next, chain 1, then place 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way across the bottom of the cardigan. Once you've made it all the way across, go ahead and chain 1 and turn your project. In the first stitch, place 1 single crochet. In the following stitch, we're going to do a single crochet front post. So right here, we're going to work right behind that. So we're going to insert our hook right behind, yarn over, and pull through, and then finish up that single crochet. Now we're going to alternate in order to make that ribbing effect. So we're going to go behind this next one. Right there we have that post, and push that right behind. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, finish that single crochet. And as you can see, by the first one, it pulls the post forward, and the second one pushes it backwards. So it's going to create that nice ribbing effect that we wanted to achieve for the bottom portion of our ribbing. We're going to repeat that all the way across here, alternating between a front post single crochet, just like that, and a back post single crochet. Repeat that all the way across. Once you get to this very last stitch, place 1 single crochet inside that stitch. For row number 3 through 4, we're going to repeat everything we did for row number 2. So chain 1, turn your project, place 1 single crochet in this first stitch, then start to alternate with your single crochets, and you're going to be able to feel which direction it goes. So this one is pushed backwards. So we're going to place that right behind our hook and finish up that single crochet. This one is pushed forward, so we're going to go right behind that, push it in front of the hook. So continue alternating all the way across. Once you completed rows number 4, we're going to complete the inside ribbing for the cardigan. So we're going to chain 1, then move your project around so you're working on the inside of the cardigan. In this very first stitch, we're going to place 1 single crochet, then continue to do that all the way across, placing 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around the inside of the cardigan. The same exact type of ribbing that we did for the bottom, we're going to do on the inside of the cardigan. So we're going to chain 1, turn our project, then we're going to start to alternate in between that front post and back post single crochet. So in the very first stitch, place 1 single crochet, followed up with 1 single crochet front post. Followed with a single crochet back post, and continue alternating. Once again, repeat that rows 2 through 4. Do that all the way around to complete the inside ribbing for the cardigan. Now we're gonna do the ribbing on the sleeve here, and we're gonna reduce the size a little bit in order to make it a little more form-fitting. So attach the yarn onto your hook. Then attach the yarn onto the actual sleeve. So find whatever single crochet and attach the yarn onto the cardigan. Chain 1. Then in the very first stitch, you're gonna do 1 single crochet, followed up with 1 single crochet decrease. So in the very first stitch, you're gonna insert your hook and pull through that loop. Now we're not gonna finish off this single crochet. We're gonna insert our hook into that next stitch, pull through another loop, then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So simply alternate between a single crochet and a single crochet decrease all the way around the edge of your sleeve here until you get all the way back to that very first single crochet. For row number 2, you're going to need your stitch marker once again. Then we're going to go ahead and alternate between a single crochet front post and a single crochet back post. So starting with this front post, we're going to do 1 single crochet right with that front post. Attach your stitch marker, followed up with a single crochet back post. Keep alternating between a single crochet front post and a single crochet back post all the way around until you get to the stitch marker. Once you make it all the way back to the stitch marker, you're going to repeat row number 2 2 more times. So for rows 3 and 4, you're going to repeat everything that you just did for row number 2, alternating between a single crochet front post and a single crochet back post. I absolutely hope that you enjoyed everything about this cardigan, and if you did, please let me know in the comments down below. What are you making it for? Are you gonna rock it by Halloween? Is that what you're designing it for? Or are you just gonna be like me and wear it every single day of the year? Because like cardigans, I love cardigans, and Halloween cardigans all year round, absolutely. But thank you so much for hanging out here in the Yarn Dungeon, creating this fantastic cardigan along with me. Have a fantastically spooky day, and I will see you in my next video.